Hi guys, Nick60 here, coming to you with Star Citizen 0.9.2.1 update. There's a bunch of new stuff that's put in. I'll try to cover what I can. And a little bit of a bug for some reason I can't seem to get. I don't know if this is Star Citizen or my recorder, but I can't seem to get it to record in widescreen, so I apologize for that. So, as for some of the new stuff that's available, probably the biggest thing that's available right now is the Origin 315P is now flyable. The 315P is the scouting/exploration version of the 300 series of personal starships, and it is now available to fly, not just sitting in the hangar. And now something to note of this is that while it has two Class 1 mounts up to size 3 and one Class 2 mount up to size 2, as well as the two wing missile mounts, like most of the other 300 series ships, there has been a major rebalance, which is where we're going now, in terms of how the different ships, the 300 series of ships in this case, are equipped. The 315P is only equipped with two Omnisky 6 lasers in terms of weapons. It is the nose mount, instead of having a gun, is equipped with the Sure Grip tractor beam, and it has no missiles. Once available further on in the more persistent universe, it will also be coming with a jump scanner and a jump engine, but those are not usable in Arena Commander right now for obvious reasons. Other rebalances in terms of the ships are that the default loadouts for the 300i and the 350R have been changed. The 300i no longer has the nose cannon, and it no longer has its missiles. These can be added and equipped, but this is not its default loadout. The 350R has also had its nose gun and missiles. I'm sorry, the 350R has had the nose gun removed, and it looks like missiles can now be added to it. I'm honestly not sure if this wasn't available before, since I never had a chance to fly the ship. I suppose I did, but I never actually took it into combat, so I never really paid attention, and I'm sorry about that. But it can now take missile racks. Another item that's available for subscribers is the liquor cabinet, which is just a flare item. It currently doesn't do anything except sit there, but it will probably have, you'll probably be able to actually drink drinks out of it once implemented. In terms of further balances and tweaks, there were some changes made that that if you've been paying attention to my ammo count should already be apparent. And this is a bit of an issue, and in my opinion, I think they went a little overboard with this. The ballistic ammo boxes have been changed. You still only get 2 of each, which I really hope that they decide to add a means to acquire more than just these 2. But for the moment, they've had their ammo reduced for all 3 25mm, 35mm, and 60mm forms. The 25mm has also had its damage decreased. However, in my opinion, that doesn't mean that the 9 series longswords are no longer worth it in terms of damage. The issue is, as you can see, they each only have 1 box, and they go through their ammo very quickly. So I hope that they at some point either increase the ammo count or allow the ability to have more than those 2 boxes. The 35mm, which is used in the 11 series broadsword, has its damage increased, but again, I'd assume that with the ammunition count decreased, that's going to have some problems. No damage modification has been made to the Sledge 2. They have fine-tuned several of the ESP and joystick controls, so it should be more responsive. They have also fixed the audio for the 300 series, as well as fixed some of the maneuvering problems in terms of, well, just that more of that fine-tuning. I noticed that when I was flying the 300i that I have in place of the AMD Dragon for the moment, that it would sometimes jitter, so it's nice that they fixed that. They fixed the issue with the 325A sometimes loading in with the 300i textures instead of its own, and they fixed the Gladius canopy sinking down when used. They've readjusted the weapon mounts so that certain weapon mounts are not accidentally able to equip larger weapons than available. And they've fixed the jukebox screen dropping out when getting too close in the Selfland hangar. They have also fixed it being visible through Arena Commander menu. The Selfland discount hangar has had its sound bank revamped and updated, and they fixed a movement delay issue that occurred when using the virtual joystick control mode with the mouse. And finally, they have fixed an issue where hangar geometry would drop out when viewed through catwalks. I admit I never experienced that last one, but that sounded like it was problematic. Known issues are that the 300i will occasionally ignore custom loadouts and enter with its new stock loadout. The 315p jump scanner and jump engine appear as polyhedrons in the holotable. The 350R targeting reticle is larger than intended when locked onto by another ship. The Redeemer has multiple objects that cannot be used. The Suregrip tractor beam does not as of yet function. Vandal ships can have missing geometry in some damaged states. Arena Commander ship selection scroll bar is invisible and can only be used with a mouse wheel. And if you're overclocking your video cards, that can cause the game to crash. So those are the known issues. None of them seem like they're too major, more like annoyance things or just not working yet, which, in my opinion, is not. I don't think any of that would be a problem, but that's just my thoughts. If you have other opinions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And let me double check to see if I missed anything. They have also released a number of graphs, and survey information, which I'm not going to cover here because you're better off just looking at it. There will be a link to this in the description. To the preview for the update that was released concerning graphics cards, CPUs, operating systems, as well as overall player information. So go ahead and have a look at that. Like I said, I will link to this as well as the general patch. I will link to both of those pages in the description. So yeah, that is the new updates for Arena Commander 9.2.1. And let me know what you think of the new ammunition count. You can see that I have long since run out of ammunition on my autocannons, and while every couple of waves they do reload, that can cause a problem if, well, the higher up enemies appear and I don't have the ability to use all of my weapons. So what do you think? Should they add more ammo boxes? Should they increase the ammo count? Should they do both? Do you feel that they should do neither for whatever reason? Feel free to discuss in the comments. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you If you like the video and want to see more, feel free to check out my channel. Subscribe. Check out my Twitter, Nick60vids. If you're feeling really generous, I have a Patreon, Nikolai60. Checking out would be really appreciated. And finally, I am still having that free Steam game giveaway. That there will be a link to that in the description as well. Please check it out. I promise you the game is actually pretty good. So, yeah. This is Nick60 signing off. I will see you guys later.
Systems overheating. Shields charging.